And welcome to Elemental Yoga. Tonight we're going to do a more restorative, abbreviated class on the earth element because things are busy this time of year and lots going on, and I thought some grounding and supportive, nurturing energy might be what's called for me at least, hopefully for you too. So the earth element has the meridians of the stomach and the spleen in them. And before we get started, I'm just going to introduce those meridians to you so you can trace along with me. The stomach meridian starts right beneath the eyes on that bone. And if you feel around, you'll feel like a little divot in the bone. That's stomach 1, right in the center. And if you tap that with your fingertips, this can be pretty grounding emotionally. Stomach is about digesting, and I think about it as kind of digesting emotions, digesting life. So as you tap this stomach 1 point, just take a few deep breaths. And then we'll trace the meridian, so you can hover your hands over the face, and the stomach meridian goes down over the cheekbones, down towards the jaw, up and around the edge of the face, like you're washing your face, and then down along the neck. I think about it as like food coming into the digestive system, tracing it down either side of the midline, down the front of the legs, and down towards the second toe next to the big toe. So we're just going to gently trace that 2 more times, like you're washing your face. Come down over the neck, out slightly over the collarbones, and then down, in, along the top of the legs, and out. And then last one, tracing the face, the neck, the front of the body, all the way down to the second toe. And then the spleen meridian is paired with the stomach, and that has to do with digestion as well, but also can do with your immune system. So the point that we usually tend to stimulate on spleen is spleen 21, halfway between the low ribs and the armpit, right on the midline. And you'll feel around to the point in between the ribs, somewhere in there, that feels really tender. And that means you probably found it, and your voice will change. And this is a good stimulation for the lymphatic system. Take some deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. And the spleen, now we'll trace the meridian down from the inside of the big toe. So tracing from the inside of the big toe towards the middle of between the legs, all the way up the inside of the legs, up towards the chest, and then back down to that point we were rubbing. Do that 2 more times. And tracing. And then close your eyes, hands on the legs. Take a couple breaths to release or center your energy. And just notice whatever is happening in your body. Try to soften the jaw. Lift through the crown of the head, straighten the spine. Get the alignments of the spine up through the crown of the head, down through the sit bones. And notice as you find your center, the breath can get a little stronger. Maybe you use your Ujjayi breath, your whispering in and out through the nose. A little bit of a loud sounding breath. And then bring your hands to your knees and we'll start fluctuating the spine in cat-cow. So keep the Ujjayi breathing. Inhale, start to lift the chest and chin, pull the abdomen forward. Exhale, chin down, round the back, pull the belly button back to the spine as far back as you can. Inhale, opposite wave of the spine, lift the chest and chin. Exhale, pull back. Follow your breath now. Inhale and exhale, creating your own rhythm, connecting with your pace. Think about that stomach meridian as you inhale, lifting the front body, lifting the eyes. And then as you exhale, spleen meridian, that middle line. Just imagining those lines as you move. And then slowly come back to center. And the stomach muscles, pec major clavicular. So take your hands in front of you, turn your thumbs down. And you're gonna push down and out. Inhale, come up. Exhale, push down and back. One more inhale and exhale. And then latissimus dorsi for the spleen. So again, your thumbs turn in, arms by your side. Take an inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, press the hands away from the body. Inhale in. Exhale, press. And one more inhale. And exhale. So we're gonna come into the floor today, onto the floor. So come on down. Slide your chair off to the side. We don't normally come to the floor in this class, but a bit more grounded in earth-centered energy. So taking your legs in front of you, and I want to bring your hands behind you and bend your knees. I'll kind of come at an angle. And just sway the knees side to side slowly. Maybe follow the breath, and you can let your hips move on the ground. It's okay if you have to adjust your hands. And so if you can, move it with the breath. Inhale through center, exhale to the side, and look away to the opposite side of the knees. Inhale up, exhale, look away, and maybe reach down through that upper knee a little more. Inhale and exhale. A couple more through center and over to the side. Your hips can lift off the ground. And then we'll come into what's called newspaper reading pose. So taking your left ankle over the right knee, and you can straighten the lower leg as much as you need to. But then what you're going to do is start to walk your hands towards your hips and maybe scooch your hips towards that front foot, any amount. So you're going to move yourself into like a tri-fold. Maybe flex that upper foot, lift the chest towards the ankle, and start to feel this deep stretch in the left hip. And if you ever feel like moving deeper into this pose after a few seconds, feel free. Sink your hips down into the earth, lift your chest towards the calf muscle. And then let the right knee fall down. Walk your hands up towards your hips And now we have what's called fire log pose. Your shins are stacked. And if this is uncomfortable, let that top shin come forward. You don't have to hurt yourself here. And we're just going to walk the hands forward and let the head hang down. Chin to chest. Breathe into the back body. Relax your shoulders and your jaw. Walk your hands a little further forward. Let your forehead hang even more. If you can, turn on that ujjayi breathing, allowing energy to move even while you're in stillness. Walk on back up. And taking your left hand, I'm not mirroring you, left hand to the ground. Right arm will reach up and over. And you can look down towards the ground or you can look up. Lift through that spleen 21 point, that side rib cage. Breathe into it. And then keep your head where it is and let your arm look down towards the ground. Let the arm reach open and out to the other side. Stretching along the neck, shoulder, patting your neighbor on the head maybe. Reach back through those fingers, adjust the angle. And then lift yourself back up and lean back. Switch your feet around. So if you want, you can lengthen your legs forward, bounce your knees a bit. And then we'll come to the other side. So bend the left knee and then the right leg goes over for the newspaper reading pose. Lift your chest, flex the right foot. Maybe scooch your hands forward or back or your hips forward or back. And just coming into any level of this fold that feels comfortable. Root the hip bones down to the earth. And then gently let the lower leg slide across, walk up, and fire log pose. So the two shins can stack or place the top one in front. And then start to walk the hands forward and chin to chest. Release the back body, the back of the neck. Could expand your belly out towards your inner thighs as you breathe. And even expand the breath into the low back. Maybe sliding a little bit deeper into this forward fold. Then walking back. Taking your right hand to the ground, left arm comes up and over. Leaning into the side bend. You can press using your bottom hand into the earth to lift the chest. Reach up and over the waist. You can start to look down a little bit. Breathe into the side body. And then letting this left arm come down by your side. Reach the fingertips back behind you slightly and out. Maybe turn the thumb down to get a little deeper stretch. Just play with tiny movements here. And gently lift yourself back up. Moving into Janu Shirshasana. So taking the right foot in towards the groin, left leg goes out slightly at an angle, and adjust your hips on the ground so that you kind of make an L shape between this right thigh and the left leg, flexing the left foot. You can slide one hand under the left knee if you want to support, or two hands kind of cross under if you need that support. Otherwise, just walk your hands down towards the ankle and let your nose hang towards the knee. This is head to knee, Janu Shirshasana. So as you let the head surrender forward, just kind of notice all the points of contact between you and the earth here. Feel the body kind of rooting down beneath you. Hug the belly in to help pivot your chest more towards your knee. Maybe your hands rest on the floor, maybe they reach for the ankle or clasp at the top of underneath the base of the foot. Allow your head to grow longer towards the second toe along that stomach meridian. And gently walk yourself back up. You're going to take this extended leg and you're just going to bend the knee and step it in front of you, directly in front of you. This bottom leg, you can scooch in a little bit, or you can step the leg over the opposite knee. Either one. Take your opposite hand, grab the knee. So right hand is over left knee. Your left hand, this is a little trick for people with bellies, takes the belly and you're going to pull it across and you're going to come into the twist. So you're just going to slide the belly along the inside of the left leg and then step that left hand behind you on the floor. And you can hold the knee or you can hug it with the crook of your elbow. Pull the knee towards you, lift through the crown of the head. And maybe looking over that left shoulder gently. Again, lifting through the spine. and feeling the breath. And then gently release. Bring your hands behind you, untwist. And if you want to gently rock or shake or whatever you need to do, wiggle the feet a little bit. And we'll come to the opposite side. So then the right leg will go forward, left foot pulls in, making that kind of 90-degree angle. And rock your hips a little side to side. Try to find the comfortable seat position. And then again, hands can come under the knee, or you can walk your hands down towards the ankle. And the nose bows down towards the kneecap. Starting slowly, and just allow your body to get used to this position. Allowing spots of your body on the earth to drop down and root into the earth. Maybe walk your hands towards the ankle. Draw your belly in so that your chest rotates towards that kneecap. And just sink a little deeper with each exhale. In yin yoga, we would hold this for 10 minutes and really let the fascia release, but I won't do that today. I'll let you come back up. And draw the right foot up, step the foot on the ground, and then gently nuzzle. You can stay here with the foot in front of the opposite one, or you can step the foot over the opposite knee. It's up to you. If the feet are crossed, pull the bottom heel in towards the hips. And again, the little trick. So left hand holds the knee, right hand touches the belly and just kind of pulls it across to help really get you into the twist. You can hug the knee with the left elbow, right fingertips behind you. So root down through your fingertips, your hips, lift up through the crown of the head, and gently look over the right shoulder. You inhale, lift and expand the line of the spine. And as you exhale, just a very subtle twisting. Following the rhythm of your breath. Unwinding slowly. We're going to take the legs, lean back on your hands, and shake out your knees, widen your legs on the floor, any amount. And then walk the hands forward. And if you want to keep them behind you, that's fine, if this is enough. But if you can, rock forward, feet are flexed. And any amount, you can come down to your elbows. You can just lean the head forward. You can scooch your hips any amount forward that you want to. And then walk your hands to the left, any amount. And maybe step your left hand to the other side of the left leg and just let your nose hang towards the left knee, or however far your body wants to go. Let the right hip get heavy. And then walk back to center. And walk over to the right. Let your head hang. Feel the connection of the back of your legs into the earth. Breathe into that connection. Walk back through center. Hang forward again in the center. Let your head hang. When I'm doing my own practice, I'll just go side to middle, maybe 8 or 9 times, just getting further and further into this. It's a really nice thing to do before sleep at night. And gently walk back up. We'll just do 1 round today. And we'll come into yoga sleep on the ground. If you prefer, you can sit on the chair, but we're just gonna lay down on the ground flat. You can bend your knees if you want. Palms up, knees come together, or legs straight like a star. Widen your feet a little bit and let your knees drop in. Step your feet as wide, yep. Or you can just let your legs be flat. And then your arms out wide, palms up. So this is Savasana corpse pose. Take a breath through the nose. Let it out through the mouth. Again, in through the nose. Out through the mouth. And just let the breath be natural or less, just like a sleeping breath. Soften any tension you have in your body. And totally surrender to the earth. Allow it to hold you. Start to wiggle the toes and the fingers, stretching gently back into the body. And then roll onto one side, curl up on one side, use one arm as a pillow, curl up, let your nose hang towards the ground. Emptying your mind towards the earth. And then slowly keep your eyes closed, press your way up. Find yourself, hands at the heart. Taking a moment, bowing and expressing gratitude within. And gratitude without. Thank you all for being here. It was nice to have this stretch with you. See you next week.